The Lost Motorcycle Club was one of the most feared biker gangs in Liberty City, operating under Johnny Klebett's control. But betrayal and bloody wars with rivals, now years later, only a small struggling chapter remains out in Blaine County. Their brotherhood is fading, their enemies are many, and their story is about to collide with Trevor Phillips. This is the fall of the Lost MC. By 2013, what was left of the Lost MC traveled west, chasing a fresh start in Blaine County. Johnny Klebitz, along with Clay, Terry and Ashley, set up a club hideout in the dusty back roads of Stab City, turning an old trailer park, now called The Range, into their new base of operation. From there, they began expanding, running a safe house in Grapeseed, and even taking control of a nearby airstrip. With it, the Lost smuggled guns and supplies across San Andreas, trying to rebuild the power and respect they once had back east. But Blaine County is a hard place for anyone to hold down, and the Lost were about to find out just how unforgiving it could be. While the Blaine County crew struggled to survive in the desert, another chapter of the Lost MC was making its mark in the city of Los Santos. Based out of East Winewood, these bikers patrol the streets in their blacked out gang burritos, keeping a tight grip on their clubhouse and the neighborhoods around it. Their presence stretched even further south, with members spotted all the way down to East Los Santos. Gang fights and ambushes across the city proved that the Lost MC weren't just hiding, they were trying to expand. But the cracks were already showing. In Blaine County, their presence grew under Johnny's leadership. For a while, it looked like the Lost MC was going back to their former glory. But inside the gang, another poison was spreading. Johnny himself fell deep into drug addiction, a habit that weakened his judgment and his control over the gang. His girlfriend, Ashley, was no different. She fell under the same addiction, paying off her dealers in the only ways she could. This toxic cycle dragged Johnny further down. Once a respected president, he became a shadow of the leader he once was. Depression and addiction hit him, and soon members of the club began to lose faith. To them, Johnny no longer seemed strong enough to carry the gang forward. The Lost MC had survived wars, betrayals and bloodshed, but now it was rotting from the inside. The Lost's grip on Blaine County only grew darker as they leaned into their outlaw trade. Their primary business became the illegal distribution of guns and drugs, smuggling shipments across San Andreas to keep the money flowing. But that life brought new enemies. Their drug operation crossed paths with Trevor Phillips' enterprises, sparking tensions between Johnny's crew and Trevor himself. Trevor, alongside his right-hand man, Ron, even went so far as to send higher guns, the online protagonist, to raid their stashes and steal their product. Eventually, it all came crashing down. Ashley, still locked in her addiction, fell into Trevor's arms. When Johnny discovered this, he finally confronted Trevor.
Trevor! You been with my girl again? I'm speaking with you, asshole!
Don't do it, Johnny! I told him, Trevor, I told him!
We all get high! We all get high! But that don't make it right!
Johnny! Leave it!
The crystal has got us, babe, but that don't make it right. Don't make nothing right! Not what you done with me!
I'm telling Johnny, leave it!
I ain't leaving nothing!
Desperate and broken, demanding respect that he no longer had, which resulted in his own downfall.
I still love her.
Alright, cowboy, hey, I know, hey, come on.
I don't mean nothing by it, man.
I know.
I'm messed up.
I know, cowboy. It's okay, man. Give me a hug,
Who the f are you speaking to?
The surviving members of the Lost swore to avenge him. They raided Trevor's trailer in Sandy Shores, hoping to fear him. But what they didn't know was that Trevor feared nothing.
They were here for you! Here for you!
Who was here?
Them bikers! After you killed Johnny K?
And they damage my stuff, huh? They smash up my home, damage my soul. Look at this statue here of impotent rage, this f***ing meant more to me than Johnny K meant to anyone, and they smashed it.
In response, Trevor hunted them down at the Sandy Shores airfield, killing every biker who dared to stand against him before taking the airfield for himself. In time, a new Lost chapter moved into Stab City, but Trevor struck first.
whole place. You're lost. You are not forgotten, brothers. We'll find that mother.
In the night, he stormed their hideout, blowing up their trailers and wiping out nearly every last member of the Lost. This was the fall of the Lost MC. By 2019, the bikers had re-established themselves once again, this time far to the north in Paleto Bay. From a new clubhouse, they began rebuilding their outlaw business, smuggling drugs and weapons under the nose of Trevor and his rivals. Their activities quickly drew them into trouble. While buying drugs in Sandy Shores, Tao Cheng, heir to the Cheng crime family, was kidnapped by the Lost in the abandoned motel.
Tao Cheng, our owner who you met, has disappeared.
Now, normally when Mr. Chang disappears for 3 days, I think no big deal. Party, few crash car, and everything's fine when I write a few checks. But this time, he go out to score crystal, and he don't come back.
He said something about a contact in the desert, a meth dealer he had met, and now we think he's been kidnapped by some bikers out near Sandy Shores. Really the last thing we need.
But what they didn't know was that this would lead to something much worse than a war with Trevor. It leads to a conflict with the protagonist and the entire criminal network. For 3 long days he was held kidnapped until the protagonist stormed the hideout, killed the bikers inside and freed him. But this wouldn't stop the Lost. To arm themselves for bigger scores, they stocked unmarked weapons in Paleto Bay, thinking they for once had the advantage and was about to rise up their former glory. But once again, the protagonist raided the clubhouse and stole their weapons to fuel a high-stakes heist at the Diamond Casino and Resort. In 2021, Trevor's own associate, Chef, called in another hit on the bikers. One by one, their labs across Blaine County were destroyed, burning another piece of what little empire they had left. And still, the Lost kept fighting. By December 2022, they had found themselves in a new war, this time with the Fooligans for stealing their drugs. Enraged, the Lost launched a full-scale attack to wipe them out.
It's those biker. They're still in the RV.
Of course they are! Get out of people out of here!
On it. Move!
Help us get out of this and we'll cut you into the deal. These bikers and get my RV back in its Los Santos time, baby! Whoa! Get over to the roof! Show me your butthole, fella!
But instead, they were humiliated, defeated once again at the hands of the Fooligans and the protagonist. The Lost Motorcycle Club, once a feared gang, had only become a shadow of what they once were. Each attempt to rise from the ashes only dragged them further down. This wasn't just the fall of the Lost MC, this was their slow extinction.